All right, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time. I've been all summer doing other things, working, heat, and things like that. Dreading working on this roof. As you see, I have a safety harness on here. Safety first. We'll see. I already sheathed half of the roof, so I kind of have a feel for how it's done. This video, like all my videos, are really not how-to videos. It's how I do it, or how I did it, or you can laugh or criticize, or Monday morning quarterback if you want. That's fine. So yeah, I put a rack up here, kind of organized a little bit here. I did another project this summer, which I will show at another time, maybe later today. Depends on how well I get done today. So what we're going to do is we're going to sheathe this other half. And I'm going to show you a little device I made to help me out because I'm working alone. And I'm going to have a little bit of generator noise today, so it won't be a whole lot of talking. It's going to be a whole lot of probably foul language. No, I'm just kidding. It shouldn't be. It wasn't that bad. Actually, it's funny. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. And it turned out to be not so horrible. I think I have it managed. It's not so difficult to do it by yourself. You just have to plan ahead and think of the situations that you're going to be in and prepare for it. Like the safety harness. I almost started off one day doing this other side without a safety harness, and then the better part of me said, yeah, probably not a good idea to see a big old 60-year-old boy falling off a roof. So I decided to get a safety harness. I'll throw my rope up here to do this other side. And I think we're getting close to at least getting this roof dried in more securely, not with just plastic. So let's get to it. Thanks for watching. Here, I'm raising my tripod up. I've got my roof here exposed. I pulled the plastic back. I made this little invention right here with a motor. I'll show you a little bit of that here in a few minutes. And that really helps me pull my sheathing up to the roof to where I can manage it. It really helps having a loft, because the loft on both ends help me stand up there and be able to do things. And then of course there will come a point where that loft won't matter anymore. I won't be able to stand up there. All right, so let's get going. Enough talking. I'm going to fire this generator up, and I'm going to put some pieces of wood here to keep the sheathing from sliding off the roof. And I'm going to reorganize this. I just set this out here last night to try to help me out get ahead of the game here, since today I'm recording and it's going to be a little bit slower. I'll put this camera probably, I don't know, over here. All right, let's get going. All right, what we're going to do here first is we're going to measure this little short piece right here and cut that. That's what I did on the other side. That way my measurements will be come out right as I go down the roof. All right, we're doing 12.5 here. This is a piece of wood I've been using to fill in the skinny places. So 12.5. Guess who didn't charge his batteries last night? Let's see what we get here. All right, now we can go for a whole piece. Probably this first one's gonna be a pain because I have to slide it down and then move this out of the way, or at least lift it up, slide it under it. And then my plastic, it's windy today, so. probably asking yourself, why are you putting this little patch here? Well, I'm putting this little patch here because I got a piece of scrap for that piece right there, and I didn't realize it wasn't a whole piece of scrap until after I put it up here. So I have to fill it in here with this. Nobody will ever know. It'll be covered up with shingles anyway. I'm not worried about it. See? Can't tell the difference. Alright, time to move on to this piece here. And I think, what did I say, 60? I think it said 60 and 5/8. Of course, I don't have the tape measure. Yeah, I think it's 60 and 5/8. Let me double check that though. Alrighty. Let's get this short piece up here on this direction. How do I get myself into these situations? Alright. So that's buttoned down. Ready for the next piece? Pretty agile for a 260-pound guy. Alright. Let's go grab another piece of wood. one thing I remembered before I get started is I need to trim the edge of this. See, I got a little bit of overhang, so I'll go get my little mini router, because the collet on my big router broke, and the little mini router seems to be able to do the trick. Tell you what, that Ryobi trim router, it's hard to beat. Well, I think that's where we're going to leave it off for today. Thanks for watching, and please come back to watch the second part of this, or the next installment of my little shed project. Please subscribe below and hit the bell, and like I always say, please check out the products below. They're no cost to you, but they do give a little kickback to the channel.